Bellibolt is an all-new electric-type Pokemon that was released in Generation 9. This Pokemon is far from a top-tier choice in competitive singles, but I like it and think it's a pretty uniquely designed, bulky electric type. Bellibolt is currently ranked in the RU tier, where it's a very solid defensive Pokemon and a positive addition to the metagame. Let's take a look at what Bellibolt can do in Gen 9 competitive singles. But first, an exclusive announcement. Game Freak has confirmed that an all-new past Paradox form will be coming to Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet in early 2023. Great Mugs is the all-new ancient form of Sinistea, and it sure does live up to its name. This great Pokemon is only available to those who like this video and subscribe to the channel. You know what to do, folks. Thank you. Bellibolt's stats may be below average overall for Gen 9, but for the RU power level, they're quite good. Bellibolt has a good HP and special attack, as well as decent defenses and an electric typing, which is a nice neutral defensive type with only one weakness to ground. Bellibolt has the signature ability Electromorphosis. When hit by an attack, Bellibolt will enter the charge state, which will double the power of the next electric type attack it uses. This is a nice ability that allows Bellibolt to take advantage of its good bulk and actually pose a bit of a threat, turning defense into offense. Bellibolt has access to the new move Parabolic Charge, a 65 power electric type special attack that heals the user for 50% of the damage dealt. This is a massive amount of healing, especially when it's boosted by your ability's charge effect. With access to Volt Switch for pivoting and Slack Off for immediate healing, Bellibolt is a good general defensive wall and pivot that can deal good damage and help regain some momentum for your team. For an electric type to be good in competitive singles, it usually needs a way to handle ground types. Ground types are completely immune to Bellibolt's electric moves and also threaten it super effectively. Bellibolt unfortunately doesn't have any good status moves to punish ground types or any good general progress making moves like knockoff or entry hazards. But luckily, Bellibolt does have some solid ways to punish ground types. Muddy Water is a decent water type special attack that can deal super effective damage to an incoming ground type. Terastallizing Water can also make Bellibolt neutral to ground while boosting the damage of Muddy Water, helping to eliminate the enemy team's ground type. This can be really worthwhile, since without a ground type on their team, they're much more vulnerable to your big electric type moves and your free pivots with Volt Switch. Another way that Bellibolt can counteract ground types is with the move Soak. This move will change the enemy Pokemon's type to water, which means your electric moves are now super effective against them. If you have a charge stored up, that probably means you're threatening a one-hit KO. This is quite effective against Mudsdale, RU's most common ground type, since Bellibolt actually outspeeds Mudsdale. If you use Soak against an incoming Mudsdale, they're now in huge trouble with no great switch in. You can also outrun Palossand, another common ground type in RU. Even ground types that are faster than you have to watch out for Soak. Although they can outspeed you and hit you with a super effective ground move, since they're now a water type, they don't have ground stab damage anymore. A choice band Crocodile can only do a maximum of 64.9% damage to Bellibolt without stab, and after a charge boosted Parabolic Charge, you one-hit KO them and heal most of that health back. This is a pretty unique way for an electric type to hold its own against ground types. With these counterplay options, Bellibolt can not only help your team out defensively, but also be really tough to switch into, even luring in and eliminating ground types. This video was requested by Biff the Banana, who specifically mentioned that they were trying to use Bellibolt in OU. If you really wanted to, Bellibolt could be used in a similar way in OU to bait in and eliminate Great Tusk or Garchomp. You can tank their ground move after using Soak and take them out with a Parabolic Charge in the same way. However, Bellibolt is very much outclassed by Rotom Wash, who is simply immune to ground altogether, and can threaten Great Tusk much more easily with Stab Hydro Pump and Will-O-Wisp. The only real value to using Bellibolt over Rotom Wash is for surprise value. Rotom Wash is a much more common Pokemon that people are aware of and know how to play around, but Bellibolt could catch them off guard and get a free KO against an unprepared opponent. A smart opponent should be able to play around Bellibolt very easily, so I wouldn't recommend this if you're trying to win in OU. But if you're just fooling around and you want to use Bellibolt because it's a funny frog, then sure, go for it. Overall, I like Bellibolt and think it's one of the more interesting new Pokemon to use in the lower tiers. With its all-new ability and unique set of tools, it feels fresh and it stands out among its fellow electric types. Try out RU if you want to use Bellibolt in a format where it's actually a strong presence. What do you think of Bellibolt? Who's your favorite new electric type in Gen 9? And what would you like me to talk about next? Let me know down below in the comments. And thank you for watching. Thank you to Biff the Banana over on Patreon for this video request. Become a tier 2 patron to request a Pokemon for me to cover in a short, informative video just like this one, and to appear on this enjoyable end screen alongside your favorite Pokemon.
The money got different, cause of what I'm spending. The money got different,
oh, it's
cause of what I'm
Megaphone!
spending.
Whoa,
The money
KO
got
by
different,
one hit! It
cause
scattered
of what I'm
spikes!
spending. The money got different.